Hi guys, welcome to this session in Microsoft Project. In this module, I want to highlight a problem with cost resources. So what I want to do quickly is to get some information on the screen here. So I'll just do a couple of tasks. So project A will be my summary task. Then I'll just do task A, task B, and task C. And then I'll indent these three, just indent those, go back to the task tab, indent, so they become part of this summary task. Now this is quite small to see, so I'm just going to change the size of everything for this view. So if I put this up to 14 and see what that looks like, click OK. That makes that a lot bigger so you can see it a little bit better. Now if I put, just take that critical task tick off, if I just put some durations on this, you can see how that works. And then I'll just link these up, highlight these three, go back to tasks, just click on the chain link, then that'll just make them sequential like that. Now to add resources, you can go down to the resource sheet down the bottom here and just add a couple of resource. So again, I need to change the font size of that so you can see it. Just change that to 14, maybe even 16. 14 is good. So I'll go for Bob, Bill, and Ben. They all work. Now I want a cost one, so I'll put hotel, and then that'll be cost. So I'll just change that to cost. Now you don't get an option to put a cost on the resource sheet. That gets allocated when you allocate this resource. So if I put these all to £10 and £15 per hour, you can see how this bit works. I'll just pull that across and just pull that down like you can in Excel. So they're all on the same thing. I'll leave everything else the same. So that's the resource sheet. Go back to the Gantt chart and then allocate some resources. That's just dropped back down again, I think. So put it back up to 16. Put it up to 16. Shouldn't be too bad. Okay, so that works. Now if I move this little screen across, and I'm going to call this the curtain, that's not the technical name, it's the dividing line between the two, so you can see resource names. I normally do it through the resource option and then assign resources. This box floats. You can also do it by just adding resources in this column. So if I highlight task A and then highlight Ben and Bill, assign those two, and then task B, he can be doing that, and then task C, Ben can do that. So I don't think anybody's going to be over allocated. They're not. So on task C also, let's go for a hotel. So this is how you assign this. You assign it and then you allocate a cost to it. So I'm going to type £100 cheap hotel. That's assigned to that. You can see it there. If I close this down and change this view so you can see the cost view, you'll see what I mean. So going to change that table cost. So that's the implication of this project. You see the prices so far. The total cost is $820. Now I'm going to save a baseline. Save a baseline when you're ready. The planning stage is over. So to do that, you go to Project, Save Baseline or Set Baseline. There's 11 baselines you can have. The first one hasn't got a number, but the rest do. So I'm just going to leave it like that and click OK. And then this baseline column should be filled in. Click OK, like so. So to update this, what I normally use is the tracking Gantt, which is down the bottom here. I've got it down here somewhere. Tracking Gantt, but you can also get it from the task at the top there. Go to all your different options and then you've got tracking Gantt down here. Now you don't have to go to the tracking Gantt. It's totally up to you. But I will do just to show you it. And again, I'll change the setting there for that. Put it to 16. So on this tracking Gantt, you get the Gantt chart on the right showing you the baseline, which is this charcoal bit, and then the actual is the red bit, percentage complete. And you've still got the entry table, which I want to change as well. So I've got the tracking Gantt, which gives you that sort of information. But if I change this table, if I go back to view and tables, there is a tracking table as well that you can select, tracking, because that has some cool columns like actual finish, actual start, etc. And I usually tweak this a little bit, so I don't actually know what the planned start was, so I'm just going to insert a column. So insert the start column. So I want the start column, just type S to get to the S's start. That tells me when it was planned. Then I want the finish, insert column, the finish, and then finish column. In fact, I should be going for the baseline finish column and baseline start. Let's go for baseline finish, not the actual one, because that can change. Baseline finish. I'll delete that one. I want the insert column again, baseline. Baseline start. So 6 to the 7th, yeah. And then I want actual or baseline duration. So insert column again, baseline duration. There she blows. So that gives me an idea. And then what I'll do, this is your actuals. So as you're getting ready to update your projects, you can do this. So rather than using 100% complete, I don't need that physically complete column. Let's get rid of that. You do this. You say what the actual duration was. So this was planned for 2 days. Let's say it was 2 days. 2 days. As soon as I put 2 days in there, that completes that. Now this was planned for 3 days. Let's say it was 4 days. 4 days. And then you can see I've moved off the baseline on the Gantt chart there. And let's say this was planned for 2 days, but it only took 1 day. When I put 1 day in there, that's going to still say 1 day. But if I put 0 there, that's going to indicate that I did it a day early. So I should have pulled back a bit there on the baseline. So according to this, everything is 100% complete. 100% complete. However, if I go back to the Gantt chart, which I think is still on there, it still has, even though I've done 100% complete, it still has this £100 hotel as not spent. This task is 100% complete. If I go back into the entry table, they're all ticked as 100% complete. The whole project is complete, but for some reason it doesn't spend that cost. So what I normally do is not add the cost in there, just put it there as a fixed cost, because if you put it there as a fixed cost, 100, that will be spent. It hasn't come up with 200. And then what I would do there is just get the resource allocation up like that and get onto the task that's got it on, task C, and just remove that hotel from there. Remove like that. So then it's got remaining cost as 0, even though I've got the fixed cost in there, like so. And on a different tuition, I've shown people how you can go into these tasks and just basically add notes. And you can add an Excel spreadsheet, for example, where you can keep a track of where this money's coming from, and then the summarize of that can be what you put in that fixed cost column. But I just wanted to show people that issue in Microsoft Project, how you've got to watch out that that is actually spent. Otherwise, you're going to end up having money in the remaining column. So hopefully that video was of use. Thank you for your time, and I'll catch you in the next one.